So if you're new around here, you won't have seen the original of the species of this E-Class review, which is on my channel. It should be appearing across a little bar at the top of the screen right now. And if you're actually new around here, maybe you should subscribe before we go any further, because that way you don't miss any reviews. This is the Mercedes E-Class Estate. And there's a damn good reason why I want to review this car, because this might be taking the top spot where older people will remember that I used to be absolutely besotted with the BMW 6 Series Grand Coupe. This is moved up quite a lot. So why would that happen? It's not just electronics. This has a gigantic glass dashboard thing, optional extra in Ireland, but it's a huge, big, expansive glass, like a big touchscreen. It's not a touchscreen. You got to twiddle the knob there to go into the vehicle settings and systems. You can go in and change all the colours of the lights, and you can do all sorts of things in here. But it's not about all that. It's just about the style of the car. It looks fantastic on the outside. Interior design is absolutely gorgeous. Driving dynamics, spot on. This car will hold the road very nicely. There is a little bit of noise and tyre roar that happens there. I think it's because of the alloys and just the size of the tyres on it. It's an AMG style thing. I'm being waved to slow it down. Why? Anyone know why? Oh, there's bicycles. I think there's bicycle race on today. There's a big truck coming at me right now, but... So to hold on the road, it is, of course, not as tight as a Grand Coupe would be. Obviously, that's a Grand Coupe. This is just an estate car. But yet, it seems to hold the road just like I want it to. It feels like I'm being pushed along the road, which is what you want in a car like this. And it feels like some of the steering only has to happen because there's no power going to the front wheels. That's exactly what you want as well. Now, unfortunately, this one is a diesel. For God's sake, Mercedes, go and have a drive of an Audi A6 bi-turbo, right? The sound of that car is just, gorgeous, right? And the sound of a BMW 6 Series Grand Coupe, and it's kind of piped in. Will you, for God's sake, do it to a Mercedes every once in a while, please? Because although a lot of people, diesel's on the way out, right? But yet people will continue to buy diesel another while yet, because of the fuel economy, because of the distance you can travel, it'll continue to sell. And yet we still, all journalists still talk about the noise a diesel engine makes. Now this one is relatively quiet, as you can hear, cruising on the road here. It's fairly silent. And yet, whenever you want to put your foot down, that horrible diesel noise starts to come on, and that's always a problem. But as a complete unit of a car, as a car that comes together and just works, the Mercedes E-Class was always seen as sort of an old man's car. I can tell you it's not anymore. Not anymore. The more I look at it now, the more I see it now, and I'm not that old, I see that this car just does exactly what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. It just is. It's got a lovely seating position. It's very quiet, 8-speed box. Now, a lot of the stuff I'm talking about here is optional on an E-Class. Not everything, but some of the stuff you'll see in this video is optional because of Mercedes Ireland, because of the way Mercedes Ireland operate, or because of the way VRT system operates, or because of pricing competitively. It won't come standard on your car. Still, the heads-up display is perfect. The active cruise control is a bliss to use. And this does adjusted speed for the road you're on. So as it sees road signs and speed limit signs, it actually does that speed. So it slows down like everyone else was doing in the last while as well. There's another video of me doing that in an Audi A4, I think, on my channel somewhere there. You can see a little link crossed up. So this recognizes speed signs ahead. If I put on the active cruise control right now, it will restrict me to 50. The speed limit on this road up ahead is 80, and you will feel the car will now, once it goes by the signs, will begin to accelerate on its own until it gets up to 80 kilometers an hour. Now, I would not advise you do 80 kilometers an hour on this road, because this road is tiny with one lane on it. 80 kilometers an hour along here would absolutely skittle everything it meets. So I wouldn't advise doing 80 kilometers an hour on a road of this size. But bang for buck, the Mercedes E-Class is still sitting up there as one of my all-time favorite cars. The only thing holding it back now is the noise of that diesel engine. You need some sort of actuator, need something that changes that volume up. I really do believe that the sound of a car is what settles you into the drive, and how it goes and how it feels and how it is on the road will all be cued to the sound inside your head, that sound that everything is making. But driving dynamics, perfect. The seating position, I find it good. I see on my Instagram account some of the guys pointed out that they couldn't fit under the steering wheel. I'm 6'1". I fit in the seat just fine. Now, could be different seat. This may be an optional seat I'm sitting on here. All sorts of electric controls on it, so maybe it's different. But I think the Mercedes E-Class Estate is probably one of the best cars you can buy in the Irish market right now. You're going to have to stump up a little bit of money for it, but I still think it's one of the best cars available on the market today. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you can track me down on Instagram or on Twitter or wherever. I'm officially speaking at an event in October on the 28th called Crash Tech. It's in Dublin. Tickets are available on Eventbrite at the moment. I think it'll be available in other places after. Casey Neistat is also speaking at that with me, as is another couple of guys as well. You'll see some more names being announced soon, but currently it's just myself and Casey Neistat. But hopefully I will see you at that event. If I don't see you at that event, I'll see you in the next video. So until the next time, I will see you on the park.